What's good, YouTube? You already know Big Sam back up on the channel. Started off like always. Shout out to all my dudes telling their stories. You already know on YouTube. Keep telling your stories, doing your thing. Word. Back up on here on the live. Been off the channel for a while. Been gone for a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? But nigga back now. Trying to tell my stories. You already know true stories, no gimmicks. Anybody got some true stories, you can tell it to this channel. I'll put it through. You already know. Give me a couple seconds. Myself together with this big water. Shout out to everybody who watches the channel. You already know, leave a comment, a like, whatever, on anything you might hear, anything you might like, or anything that might have happened to you. You know, if I'm talking about anything that, might have happened to you in your life, you can holler at me, leave the text, leave the comment, whatever. Show a nigga some love. Let's start this off, though. Today, my story is basically about, the shootout one time in the projects. It's actually a couple of shootouts. I've been trying to get the story together because, I was telling the story, so I might as well tell it to you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, one day we just chilling in the projects, you know. Well, I'm not chilling in the projects. They chilling in the projects, my little homies and all that. Right now I'm at work or whatever, and I don't really know what's going down, you know. Um, once I get off of work, I get back to the hood and everybody's like, yo, 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 you heard what happened? And I'm like, nah, I ain't hear what happened. So, my man comes up to me, he's telling me the story. He was like, yo, it was crazy. It was a crazy barbecue. And it turned out to be a crazy shootout. It's like dudes came over here and stepped to son. And, this other kid came out of nowhere and was like, yo, why y'all stepping to my son? And, I really don't want to say no names. And he was just started letting go. Broad daylight, messed up the whole barbecue. I heard people were running around scared. It was all crazy, Word. These projects in Manhattan too. You heard Lower East Side, Manhattan. Shout outs to Lower East Side. You already know. So yeah, I'm getting home from work. I'm hearing all this crazy stuff. People coming up to me like, "Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy." So like 2 days before that, there was like some crazy robbery in the same projects. My dudes was playing dice or whatever, and some dudes just showed up from like every direction, pulled out guns, try to rob people. They probably caught like two dudes who had jewelry on, whatever. People were sleeping on their heart, so they got caught. Word. To this day, people, niggas think that was a setup, but we'll never know. So the dudes got away with a couple of jewels, whatever. It was getting crazy in these projects, you know what I mean? And these projects that I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Not too many people like them in the LES. These projects is hated by a lot of other projects. So if you're from the LES, you probably already know what projects I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, it was a crazy day, you know. So here I am, getting home from work or whatever. They telling me the stories, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. So right the very next day, it's my day off. I'm chilling in my crib. And man, niggas used to chill in my crib playing games, whatever. It was like the fake, little hangout, whatever, for the hood where, kids would come up, play with my younger brothers, play video games, smoke they bud, do whatever. It was just some place to chill for a while if they didn't want to be in the hood. They used to come upstairs and kick it with Big Sam. Shout out for those dudes who know me. You know what I mean? Respect to all the dudes who respect me. F the rest, you heard? Anyway, yeah, it was a crazy day that day. So, like I said, we chilling in my crib. Oh, that platinum. We chilling in my crib the next day, and some other crazy shootout happens. And this time you could hear it from my window. And like I said, I could only tell the story a little bit. I can't really get into full detail because I don't be wanting to put dudes in hot water or none of that. But that's why I don't really try to say no names on this channel or nothing. I wish I could so I could shout out certain dudes and all that, but I just don't do that. I don't like to name drop, whatever. But niggas who know me, they know who they are. So boom. Next day we in the crib, you know what I mean, and we hear gunshots out the back. So of course, everybody in my crib being nosy, they go and they run downstairs. They like, yo, what was that? So they go downstairs. They found out that one of my mans got hit over some dice game that went wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it was just crazy. Supposedly some kid had beef with this kid because the kid had robbed him before. And, I guess they really didn't see each other until now. And it just so happened to be that they was playing dice in my hood. And, there was some weapons on the scene or whatever. And I guess the kid decided to deal with what the other kid did to him right there and then, you know, being at the project, it was late. You know how the projects be, late night. It was winter time, mad quiet, mad people outside though, but it was still mad quiet. So niggas were shooting dice, happened to go, left. Son got hit, you know what I mean? Not for nothing. Son ended up dying too, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to that kid, you know what I mean? And it's fucked up sometimes how it happens in the hood. But that's just how it be. You want to be outside 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 in the morning, playing in the hood, doing things to kids, and you gotta, expect that. But anyway, for them, unfortunately, this kid went and did whatever he did to this kid, and the kid chose to take care of the situation that night, and it was a big thing. So son got shot, hit, whatever. So that was just from yesterday. What they told me what happened yesterday in the barbecue to then now today. You know what I'm saying? So that's in a 2-day stretch. Like 2 more days later, and this is like, there's a lot of guns on the New York streets now, and there's a lot of kids wilding out. And I feel like this is the beginning of like when drill music first came out and it started really happening. And this is like the beginning of the like concurrent shootouts and everything that's happening at this time. But this is like when it was starting, I feel like, because there were just a lot of shootouts in my hood in a month span. Word. Yeah, so like 2 days later, after that kid got hit, some other kid just come through randomly. You know what I'm saying? He comes into the projects, he comes randomly, he comes like around because there was a lot of interest in this project. So he came around like a dead end or whatever and just started shooting for no reason. He ain't hit nobody, but he just started shooting for no reason. And that was kind of crazy because there was a lot of people out there that day, a lot of kids out there. It was pretty early. It was like maybe 8 o'clock on a summer day. Who knows what could have happened? My man came upstairs like, yo, I almost got hit. I had to duck. You had people behind the pole, police everywhere. It was crazy in this neighborhood for a while. You heard? Word. That's really why I don't want to say the name of the projects neither, because they used to be my projects, and I don't want to talk down on them because it could be a good place if you treat it like a good place. But unfortunately, it's real violent in this area, and like I said, it was violent, but it can be good too. You know, you had your good niggas that was in there and all that. I don't want to make it all sound like it was just a bunch of crazy motherfuckers running around, but there was a lot of them. Yeah. So the next day after that kid, my bad. two 2 days later after that kid shot up, the neighborhood, it was real hot. Of course, you could imagine. There was police everywhere, pulling people over for no reason, doing all types of things to the young dudes. Putting young dudes on their knees and all types of crap they was doing. So that was crazy. And for y'all watching, and it may not, even for the ones that it don't sound that crazy to, I know it may not sound that crazy to you because you wasn't there, but if you ever been in this type of situation, I'm pretty sure you know what it feels like, you know, to be in your hood and they just be shootouts crazy all the time, or somebody shooting, or there could be a shooting at any random minute. It sucks to live like that. But when you're from the hood, unfortunately, and you're in the projects, that's can happen, at any minute. So yeah, after this kid shot up, whatever, I guess the park, the courtyard park, it got real hot. Police was running around everywhere harassing. But that ain't stop nothing. They put one of them fake like booths, them police booths in the hood and everything. It still didn't do nothing, it didn't stop nothing. Like 2 days later, some other kid I know got shot in the leg just going to the store, you know what I'm saying? And this dude don't even live that type of life, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he gets shot in the leg over something that he didn't even have nothing to do with. You know what I mean? So that's how crazy that was. Word. Boom. Then a week later, some other dude gets cut, right? And he ends up getting shot. And when I'm talking to the dude who cut him, he ended up getting shot. The dude who did the cutting ended up getting shot. After he got shot, I'm talking to a dude, like, why'd you cut him? Whatever. And he was like, yo, they was beefing over my cousin, and they was doing all this talking, and I wasn't with the talking, and I just cut him. So after he cut him, the kid came back and ended up shooting him. So it was like a cut for a shot. And like I said, it was just crazy in this hood at this time. And this is all LES, man. LES, you know what I'm saying? So boom. I'm trying to remember too, because this was kind of a long time ago. So, I'm trying to remember the kid got shot in the leg. I mean, about a month later, there was another shooting that I don't really like to talk about, but there was a shooting where niggas was chilling in the store, and it was one of them nights where everybody was drinking on the block, and everybody was getting drunk, and at the end of the night, niggas would hit up the corner store, get sandwiches and all that, you know. And there's footage on it. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to check it out, you know what I'm saying? Shooting on East 12th Street, Avenue C. You could check out the footage. There's footage on it. And, unfortunately for this night, we walk in the store, and my man goes outside and he gets in some sort of beef that nobody knew about. I guess he was out there, having a discussion with somebody that went wrong. But from my understanding, he did something that day to some other dude who he had a conflict with, and the dude ended up coming back, like at 5 or 6 in the morning to handle the situation. So unfortunately, we in the store, it pops off. It was crazy for me because I had just left, what I'm saying, before it popped off. And it was like I was like seconds and inches away before it popped off. And like I said, I don't really like to talk about this one, but yeah, long story short, son got hit. He ended up, passing away. And that's just the way that went. It was just a crazy night where niggas was chilling and thinking that, whatever. And nobody knew that son had beef from earlier, wherever he was at earlier. And the dude he had beef with, was scheming and plotting. And he waited till like, 4 or 5 in the morning, and he did what he did. And it was crazy. And, there's more to that story. But like I said, unfortunately, I don't really like to talk about that one. So I'm not really going to keep going with that one. Oh, but there was this one time I'm coming from work, right? I get to the front of my building. I see three of my dudes chilling. They smoking weed, whatever. So of course, I stop. I'm chilling. I just came off. I'm gonna be off the next day. They got their little bottle. So I take the little, plastic cup, getting my sip on with these dudes. We there for like maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 hours, right? And it's cold. It's cold. It's like a November night. It's cold. And this is the time of the Mermocs, the big Merms, the big boys. Not too many was doing it, but my whole hood had them. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Them shits, them joints was expensive. My whole hood had one. Everybody had them. You heard? Busting out with the Mermots. Which I know about that, Anyway, we was busting out the big boys. So, it's like you never knew what a ratty or who had the ratty, yeah, at this time. With them big boys on you, got a shotgun on you. And, dudes can't even tell. Word. If you packing it right, dudes can't even tell. So yeah, here we are. We chilling. It's cold. We ain't feeling it because of the big boys. We out there drinking our little plastic cups. We smoking. So here we go. There's been so much shit happening in this hood that you gotta keep your head up. You know what I mean? And I'm probably even remembering one of the stories that I wanted to tell, man, because or forgetting, my bad, because you know I got so many of them running through my head that I be trying to catch up with them myself. Where if YouTube would have been around in the '90s, bro, I would have been a millionaire already. You heard? That's facts. But anyway, we chilling in front of the building, and there was multiple ways into this project, like I said. So here comes some dudes. Here comes some dudes. They come in through like the backside entrance to, like, there's another building right there. They come through like the backside entrance. You know what I'm saying? And they I guess walking through. They plan is to walk through the projects or whatever, or wherever they going to. You know what I mean? But again, this is a project where not too many people walk through. They try their best to go around it, or just try not to walk through it, because most likely you got to deal with some stupid young kids who's up to no good, or maybe even get shot by mistake, or there's drug infested in there. It was just people used to go around it. They rather go around the other avenues than to actually walk directly through these projects, which made it easier for them to get to their destination, but they rather go around. you know and that's facts too. And again, if you're from the LES, you know what projects I'm talking about. I don't even have to say it. You know what I mean? And it's better now, from what I hear. It's better now. You know what I mean? I don't live there no more, you know what I'm saying? Because my crib ended up getting raided and all that. But that's another story for another day, you heard? So tune in for that one, because that's coming soon too, you heard? Big Sam's crib gets raided, you heard? Word. Anyway, we stand in front of the building, these dudes come through. We chilling. It's a normal night. We chilling. I think it was a Wednesday, as a matter of fact. Now that no bullshit, it was a Sunday, because I said I was off the night. I was off the next day. You know what I mean? So it was a Sunday. I remember now. It's probably like 12:30 at night. Streets is dead. We in the hood. So these dudes come through. Two dudes. They walking by. They look like pure nobodies to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, these niggas just don't look like fucking nobody to me. You heard? They look like regular fucking JJs that the hood niggas, regular hood niggas. But anyway, nigga I'm standing with, he a shooter. You know what I mean? He's a shooter. He's with it all the time. You know what I mean? So basically, one of the kids was like, yo, he turned around and was like, yo, hey, yo, what projects we in? You know what I'm saying? And like the way he stood there, his man was say, he was like, yo, what projects we in? So one of my other mans was like, yo, you in this project or whatever. You know what I mean? But I guess my shooter dude, he wasn't feeling that the way they did that. So and, in this project that it's like, well, not all projects are the same, but this project has pillars like in front of the building that you can stand behind and nobody could really see you. You know, some big ass brick pillars and shit that somebody could be standing behind it. You really can't see them work. So you get like to the front of the building or go around it. So boom. Once the kid did that and was like, yo, what projects we in? You know what I mean? And my man answered them. My other man, he goes around the pillar like that. And it's like nobody even seen him. He's like, I guess he reached in the berm. He goes around the pillar like, he goes around the big brick pillar and he comes out, boom, 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 boom. So I'm like, oh shit. My other two niggas like, oh, you see what I'm saying? And we ain't even see this. We didn't even look that way to see if the kids got hit or nothing. You heard? And it was crazy. It's like everything stood quiet after that. And everybody just walked off without saying nothing. He went that way, he went that way, I went upstairs. It was crazy. And that's just the way it's still. We don't know what happened to the kids, and we try to keep up. And they, I guess they never got hit because we never heard of no news or yo you heard of nothing or whatever. But we did hear the news of like yo you heard the shooting and all this or whatever. Man, it was crazy, man. My son let off like 4 or 5 shots at towards them. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's like, of course, when you stay there after that, everybody walked their separate ways. I turned right around. I went in my building. Son went towards whatever, his building. My other son went towards his building. And that's it. The night was over. You heard? It's funny too, because nobody even came to my crib that night too. And there's usually dudes in my crib all the time, you know what I mean? Chilling, like I said, playing games or whatever, or just looking to chill with me to smoke or whatever. And there really wasn't nobody there that night, which was weird. But anyway, after like 2 months, after like 2 months, I see the kid. You see what I'm saying? I see the kid, and I'm kind of mad with him because I'm like, yo, you kind of did that shit without letting nobody know. We get money here. I was a fake hustler type working nigga. Trying to get it working and hustling. Shit don't work. So if you hustle and you working, bro, the shit don't mix. You're a big one or the other, because both of them, it's just don't mix. And don't mix clean money with drug money. You heard? That's for you stupid young niggas who don't know better. Don't be putting in your clean money into drug business. It's just not gonna work. Most likely you're gonna lose your money because that's just how it is, bro. When you put something clean into something dirty, it just fucks up. But anyway, I see the kid. It's like 2 months later. He my son, he my son. So I'm talking to him, but I'm talking to him kind of like, yo, son, that was crazy that shit you did. You didn't even say nothing, you ain't do nothing. But then son, he bring up a valid point and shit. And he looked at me, he was like, yo, just my bad, OG. But they've been just crazy shit happening lately. You know what I'm saying? So it made me think, and I'm like, word, he got a point. All these crazy shootouts, the robbery, son getting shot in his leg, the kid coming out of nowhere shooting up the park, the barbecue situation. All this is happening in like a 6 month period. You know, police running wild, fucking abusing everybody, putting them on the floor every other day. That's why I didn't even come outside, bro. To be honest with you, I didn't even want no police or be set up or anything, or even be hit by mistake, bro. Fuck all that. Be some dumb young nigga who be like, oh, you're playing and fuck all that. I be damn I get killed by some fucking nobody, man. Word. But anyway, I'm letting the kid know, like, word, yo. And he's telling me, like I said, he's telling me, yo, damn, son, my bad, my bad. So I don't mean to do that to you. Like, you making me hot, son. He's like, nah, I know. But bro, like, what if them niggas would have pulled out or something and would have shot at us? So he had a couple of good points too that I was like, I feel you on that. And it's been crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's been crazy. So it's like I couldn't really even be mad at the homie, you know what I'm saying? And then the homie ain't even here with us no more. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to him. He got himself in another situation, But anyway, yeah, he was telling me. So, that's just me, telling y'all. Like I said, I was just thinking, sitting here, thinking of this story in my head. I said, yo, you know what? I haven't been on YouTube talk to my people in a while, so let me just talk to them about it and see how they feel. So if this ever happened to you, if you ever been in this type of situation, or if you've been around these people where you feel like something like this could happen, and you in the hood, you know, then holla at me. Leave your comments, subscribe to the channel. Be sure you catch the next story because it's coming. You heard? I'm gonna try to not leave y'all waiting so long next time. But yeah, I got more stories to come. So, subscribe to the channel, like I just said. and show me some love. Big Sam, FTW, smoking all day. We got this other smoking episode where I'm gonna make an episode strictly about smoking weed. It's gonna be like 2 hours long, and we're gonna do it for like a week. We're gonna run like a marathon of just straight smoking weed for like a week, being that it's April. You know what I'm saying? So keep up for that. Set your reminder, your notifications, all that. Tell your friends about me, all that. You heard? Because the stories is here to come. You heard? True stories, no gimmicks. Big Sam TV. Check it out. Peace.